Hello, all. I'm Naga, Kattula. I'm excited to talk to you today about how cloud is evolving and also, more importantly, how we can bring together different cloud platforms and make them work seamlessly and securely. We'll be discussing four main key points in this presentation. The first one is AI driven API management, followed by confidential computing, zero trust, and event driven architectures. These are game changers for any of the industry that is already into multiple clouds or that is going to invest into multiple clouds. Moving on to the very first slide, multi cloud reality. 94% of enterprises use multi cloud platforms. They'll be using AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud to leverage specific capabilities. The advantage is that vendor lock-in is totally avoided, but the cons is that integration issues exist because by the data communication to and fro between the systems needs some effective and comprehensive integration strategy, and mostly will be facing data synchronization hurdles which will lead to implementation delays and also which will lead to budget overruns. And also there will be many issues with security policies because each cloud will come with its own security, and we need to create a unified security policy that can be used to overcome any of the issues. Moving on to the second slide, benefits of effective cloud integration. So as long as we have a comprehensive integration strategy, the deployment rate will be faster and we can see 30 to 40% of improvement. And also there will be great agility. Agility is directly proportional to market turnaround or business turnaround because we will build and deploy things faster, so that will give a positive impact to the whole business. And also resilience, especially during service interruptions, will be benefited. I identified few of the integration complexity challenges that will be commonly faced. One thing, the main thing is that with each cloud edition, the integration complexity will be increased by at least 70%. And also each cloud will have different security models. AWS will have its own model and Google Cloud will have its own model. So we have to make sure that the security policies are correctly laid as discussed before. And also there will be a lot of inconsistencies with API structures and authentication and authorization mechanisms. And also there will be differences between data formats and storage mechanisms. AI driven API management platforms, they are mainly efficiency gains and governance benefits. And this is not a traditional approach, this is AI driven. So the bugs will be decreased, and also the overall implementation time will be cut down, and there will be several other benefits. For a few of the benefits are identified and written here. So reduction in API design, improvement in overall API usability metrics, and also reduction in manual documentation efforts. And governance benefits are mostly related to performance optimizations and also related to compliance and security. So we can see policy violations reduction, compliance verification time improvement, and then latency through traffic optimization reduction, and also resource provisioning costs will get reduced. And moving on to the next slide, enhance security through AI driven API management. So there are, in this chart, the dark color ones are traditional approach, and the lighter color ones, the bright green ones, belong to AI approach or AI enhanced approach. So how there will be reduction in false positive rate and also exploitation reduction. So we'll be able to reduce exploitation by detecting them early, and also attack detection will be showing a positive impact when we go with AI models. So overall, on an average, 78.3 successful exploitation attempts, and then machine learning models can detect up to 93% of API based attacks while maintaining false positive rates below 4%. So AI driven is more secure, and also it will mitigate more potential vulnerabilities before even the exploitation attempts are occurred, and before even the traditional methods or traditional strategies kick in. AI will take care of most of them. And confidential computing, so confidential computing mostly rotates around the concept of how data is secured. So when data is in use, AI models will secure it even more in a better way. When I mean in use, it's nothing but being in transit, but data at rest, we'll be protecting it either ways using traditional or security model. So a traditional or AI based security model. So, data at rest, sophisticated encryption algorithms protect stored data from unauthorized access, and data in transit, TLS, SSL protocols, and encrypted channels safeguard data during transmission, and data in use, hardware based TEEs create secure enclaves that protect data during computation, and complete protection comprehensive security framework ensures data remains encrypted throughout its entire life cycle. These specialized enclaves, whatever we are discussing about, especially for data in use or for TES, maintain encryption during active computational process, creating a secure, isolated environment that prevents unauthorized access. So even for users or system administrators or cloud service themselves will not have access. So this is more secure. And confidential computing performance breakthrough, so it is 33 times more fast. Organizations implementing confidential computing for analytics and AI workloads have reported up to 33x fast processing. And hardware enforced security, the TEs protect application from attacks with privileged system access, effectively mitigating threats from any of the administrators, hypervisors, BIOS and OS and other operating systems. Expanded capabilities also exist. So Intel's third SGX implementations have expanded secure memory capacity from 128 MB to 512 GB, dramatically increasing the scope of workloads that benefit from hardware based protection. Industry applications of confidential computing, healthcare organizations can securely process PHI in the cloud while maintaining HIPAA compliance, enabling advanced analytics on patient data by using all the sensitive information. And financial services like financial institutions can perform complex analytics and research collaboration. Federated learning frameworks allow multiple organizations to collectively train AI models on their combined data sets while mathematically guaranteeing that no party can access the original data from other participants. Zero trust architecture. So, never trust, always verify. Zero trust architecture principle is that it will require a continuous authentication and authorization of all entities regardless of their location or network connection. So least privilege access will be enforced here. So minimum necessary permissions and then isolated network zones by workload, and also it will calculate all the real time behavior analytics, and then it will have lot of identity verification principles like advanced authentication frameworks and also custom authentication frameworks that can be used. So this approach replaces all the traditional security with a model that assumes breach and verifies each request as though it originates from untrusted network. It continuously keeps pinging us and verifying us, which is great. This is definitely having a lot of impact and pros on everybody's business. Organization implementations experience frameworks experience 43% reduction in successful network intrusions, 37% reduction in security incident response costs, and 29% decrease in overall security management overhead. And also, advanced authentication frameworks reported a 92% success rate in preventing credential based attacks, while organizations employing real time behavior analytics detected suspicious activities 73% faster than those using periodic security scanning approaches. Event driven architectures for real time integrations. So, event driven architectures mostly rotate around using system bus and using subscribers, publishers, and making the tasks even more fast and easier. So, event generation system changes trigger events and routes them to subscribers and subscribers react to the events. Also, there will be state synchronization where system will maintain consistency across all the services and keep updating the right data and also getting the right data. Event architecture is loosely coupled. It supports real-time data synchronization across diverse cloud environments. So whenever there is a change, immediately through the bus you can kick off the change. Organizations implementing EDA frameworks experience a 58% reduction in data integrity latency compared to traditional scheduled batch processing approaches. Just a second. And the performance metrics, I gave few of the performance metrics in this slide. So what is the latency reduction and how many events will be processed per second, message delivery guarantee, responsiveness increase, incident reduction, maintenance cost reduction. So this architectural approach allows organizations to build responsive systems that immediately react to business events as they occur. I would say this is more proactive in nature, and it will be very much helpful for industries to use them as their real time or near real time most of the time. Financial services, industrial IoT, and global enterprises are heavily using all the EDA architectures. And then for financial services, 63% faster anomaly detection for potential fraud scenarios, and industrial IoT there is a 88% improvement in real time processing capability, enabling monitoring systems to process data from over 25,000 sensors with a sub-second response time. And also for the global enterprises, there is a 71% reduction in cross-regional data inconsistencies while using EDA, which is really great. And overall, the future of the secure platform integration is all the four aspects that we have discussed right now. We have to create a framework in such a way that all of these key points that we have covered are balanced in each and every strategy that we come up for the organization. So as organization continues their digital transformational journeys, these approaches will become increasingly essential components of a strategic technology foundation. Thank you all. That's my take.